I can't imagine the longing on the Lord's heart to reach those who are eagerly seeking for truth, for those who are desperate to find Him. And I believe that God put that same longing in our hearts to share Jesus with others the moment we experience Him in our lives. This is what happened to a young man named Lee, who got baptized after he learned the Bible truth from a Seventh-day Adventist pastor. Now Lee has this deep longing in his heart that his family will learn about his newfound truth. But his brother and father live in a faraway village. So Lee brought this burden to the pastor, and they prayed about it. One day, the pastor contacted the ASAP medical missionary named Kiao Tan and told about Lee's burden for his family. And guess what? Kiao Tan lived in the same village as Lee's families live. So Kiao Tan and 4 church members set off to find him. Taking along a Bible, they asked the villagers if they knew Lee's brother. The neighbors brought him directly to an old Buddhist man, but they soon discovered that he was not the brother that they were looking for. But before leaving his house, they shared with him their faith and prayed for him. And the Buddhist man actually took them to the house of Lee's brother. When Lee's brother opened the door, they told him they knew Lee, so he invited them in. Soon they were talking about religion and began discussing the Sabbath. But to their surprise, the family already knew about the Sabbath through their own study of the Bible. They just didn't know where the Seventh-day Adventist Church was, and their family had been Baptist for many generations. But Lee's father and brother were eager to talk about their journey about the Sabbath truth. And his father, who's also an elder of the church, preached about the Sabbath every time it was his turn to preach. His church members were not happy and told him that if he talked about it again, he was no longer welcome in their church. The following Sabbath, Kiao Tan, the ASAP medical missionary, went to visit Lee's father and they studied the Bible together. And in a couple of weeks, they held an evangelistic series in his area. His father was there. Lee's relatives were present, and even the Buddhist man, together with his family, all showed up. And after the series of meetings were done, many of Lee's relatives were baptized. And not just that, 40 others were getting ready for baptism. Isn't that amazing? Today, Lee's father leads a group of Seventh-day Adventist believers that meets in his house. They are eager to build a church in their village because the closest Seventh-day Adventist church is 2 hours away. Interestingly, the Baptist church is built on the land that belongs to Lee's father, and the pastor there said that the Adventist group is welcome to worship in it. The new truths that he has learned are so precious to him that it shows in everything that he does. And in some Sabbaths, Buddhist monks even come to join the worship. In addition to Lee's father's group, another group of Sabbath keepers worship in the village. They are non-denominational, but will perhaps come into the church when it is built. So pray for these groups that they will have the same longing that Lee has. Pray that they will not stop until everyone in their village gets to know Jesus. And I'm reminded of this beautiful quotation from the Spirit of Prophecy that says, "There are many who are reading the scriptures who cannot understand their true import. All over the world, men and women are looking wistfully to heaven. Prayers and tears and inquiries go up from souls longing for light, for grace, for the Holy Spirit. Many are on the verge of the kingdom, waiting only to be gathered in." Friends, remember John 3:16, how God so loved the world that He determined to give a gift beyond all computation and make manifest how immeasurable was His love. And since God has given the greatest gift in His power, we are to render to Him our whole heart. He has poured out to the world the treasures of heaven, giving with such largeness that there is nothing more to bestow, no reserved grace or power or glory. And we are to respond to this love by rendering willing service to Jesus, who has died for us on Calvary's cross. So friends, if there is something that we should be praying for, it should be that the Lord will increase or even overwhelm our appreciation of that precious gift that He has willingly and freely given to us all. And pray like we've never prayed before for that appreciation and longing to share Christ. Because Jesus is coming soon. Now more than ever, prayer matters.